A meal without wine is like a day without sunshine. So today, we will be counting down our picks on the best food and wine tours around the world. A wider variety of wine itineraries and tours are available, ranging from the most scenic place to the most historic and surprising. But before we begin, make sure to like this video and hit the subscribe button. You can also turn on the notification bell to keep you updated on my next uploads. Now, let's get into it. Starting off the list at number 10 is Bento Gonçalves, Brazil. Italian immigrants to Brazil introduced grapes to the Bento Gonçalves Pampas, located in the country's far south. The region's wines, predominantly Merlot, match nicely the traditional rodizio meat barbecues that dot the towns. The vineyards are located in the Vale dos Vinhedos, where, despite the Brazilian appearance, the Italian legacy is commemorated through museums, a steam train, and films about the early pioneers. Overseas visitors are greeted with real joy, even by big estates like Miolo, mainstream favorites like Casa Valduga, and perennial sommelier darlings Sultan, all eager to showcase their exceptional wines, and the end effect is a very uplifting taste experience. Next at number 9 is Tuscany, Italy. In 1716, Cosimo III de' Medici, Grand Duke of Tuscany, decided that only the region between Florence and Siena could claim to manufacture Chianti Classico from the indigenous Sangiovese grape. 300 years later, the Chianti estates are organic, with a concentration on biodynamic production and natural disease prevention. Many winemakers are part of the Vini Veri movement, which advocates for natural winemaking. Large farms, such as Fontodi, are even experimenting with Roman clay vats. Other, smaller wineries, such as Le Bonci, let their vines grow unattended among weeds and wild grasses. Consumers welcome such initiatives, with sales increasing by 25% over the last 5 years. Visitors love sampling, which is generally free because Italians treat everyone like a home guest. Next in line at number 8 is Okanagan, Canada. British Columbia's unusual environment has transformed Canada into a wine producer, with the Okanagan Valley hosting the majority of its wineries. Despite the harsh weather, the tenacious vines of the Okanagan Valley have flourished. Lakes play an important role in protecting vineyards from spring frosts, whilst coastal mountains remove moisture from the Pacific Ocean and keep rainfall low in summer. Perhaps the most startling feature about the Okanagan is the enormous diversity of grapes grown there. The reds include Merlot, Pinot Noir, and Cabernet, while the whites range from Pinot Gris and Chardonnay to Riesling. It appears like anything may grow here. Coming in at number 7 is Maipo, Chile. Located inside Greater Santiago, the Maipo Valley boasts several estates that are incredibly accessible from Chile's city. This is where Chile's wine industry began, producing primarily red wines like Carmenere, Cabernet, and Pinot Noir. Chilean grapes were employed to graft back and restore the wrecked Old World vineyards since they were immune to the phylloxera plague that decimated their European relatives in the 19th century. The illustrious estate of Cauci no Macul, which was founded in the 1850s and is still in the same family today, is easily accessible by taxi. Next at number 6 is Santorini, Greece. When one sees the breathtaking views of the Santorini caldera, with its sheer cliffs rising out of the ocean, wine may be the last thing on anyone's mind. Still, the island is also home to 9 native grape varietals, one of which is the well-known Assyrtiko. Akrotiri is home to a prehistoric settlement that was buried beneath the volcanic explosion that submerged half of the island, and remnants of this dry white wine have been discovered there. Santorini's winemaking process is unique in that the young vines are twisted into a reef shape, with the grapes growing in the middle to shield them from the winter winds that come from the Aegean. These are on display in the interesting Koutsoianopolis Wine Museum, which is located outside of Vauphinus village. Let's continue with number 5, Route des Vins, Alsace, France. The Route des Vins, which traces the Rhine under Strasbourg in the Alsace, is a self-drive extension of the German Weinstrasse. This is the epicenter of Riesling country, with well-kept slopes of tethered grapes and towns wrapped in geraniums that are hidden behind ancient gates. Driving the entire road takes a few days, and its highlights are Hotkenigsberg, a castle from the 12th century that was reinforced under German rule in the 19th century, and Obernai, one of France's most picturesque villages. Next at number 4 is Cape Winelands, South Africa. As if Cape Town's attractions weren't enough, the famed wine trails of Parel, Stellenbosch, and Franschhoek are only an hour away inland. Winemaking in the Cape began in the late 17th century with the entrance of Huguenot immigration from France. Their wines were used to treat scurvy during long maritime trips to the Indies. South African wines are now world-renowned, with Pinetage being the only new grape type cultivated outside of Europe. The wine tram in Franschhoek offers a convenient hop-on, hop-off vineyard tour, whilst the Boschendel estate, with its classic Cape Dutch architecture, is South Africa's finest claim to a European-style manor house. Coming in at number 3 on the list is Alentejo, Portugal. Alentejo is one of Portugal's largest wine-growing areas, with over 250 wine producers spread throughout 8 officially defined zones. The wines have a startling variety, which may be explained by the area's many soils. As a result, the 3 separate Rodas dos Vinhos, or wine roads in the Alentejo, have combined into one. Visitors can stop at wineries to taste wines and local cuisine. Borbas Festa da Vinha do Vinham takes place in November, and little inns lure passers-by with wine from giant clay pots, while the streets fill with colorful parades. Next at number 2 on the list is Napa and Sonoma, California. Because of their lack of illusions, Napa Valley wineries in California may be ideal for beginners. As one might expect in the state that is home to Hollywood and Disneyland, tours are well organized, amusing, and, most importantly, educational. Napa County has around 400 wineries, with another 200 or so in nearby Sonoma, including worldwide giants like Inglenook, Mondavi, Domaine Chandon, and Clos du Val. The wines are juicy and full-bodied, including some outstanding Chardonnay and Zinfandel, as well as maybe the greatest champagne-style wines outside of France. For once, the appeal of a wine tour extends beyond simple samples. Everyone pauses at the top of Napa Valley to see the geyser known as Old Faithful, which obligingly erupts hot water every 30 to 50 minutes. Before we go to the top of this list, be sure to like this video. If you want to know more about traveling, I have more videos about it that you can check on the channel. While you're at it, please subscribe. Don't be shy to click the notification bell so that you won't miss any of our future uploads. And now, the number 1 on the list is Hunter Valley, Australia. Many visitors prefer to join tours since the closest wine region to Sydney is still quite a distance from the bustling metropolis. These trips are full of energy and infused with a touch of Australian humor. The well-known names in the valley include McGigan, Stonehurst, and McWilliams. They are all experts in Shiraz, a grape that thrives in the hot, arid interior of Australia. It's one of the warmest wine areas on Earth, with summertime highs of 95 to 104 degrees Fahrenheit. There you go. Those are the best food and wine tours around the world. Don't hesitate to include these things in your itinerary for the best wine tour experience. Again, please like this video and hit the subscribe button. Do you agree with our picks? Let us know in the comments section below. Thanks for watching. Until next time.